I'm late. She's really, really late, but you know, I'm just a jet setter. Traveling New Jersey, that's it. Not the world, but New Jersey and Canada. Mic is quiet, okay. How about now? How about now? Hello? Is the mic quiet or do I have no voice? It could be I have no more voice left. The mic's not quiet. Chat is lying to me. I miss chat. I missed you guys. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to myself, to Canada. Yes, today is gonna be a chitty chatty stream. And hello, what's happening? Oh, they were wrong, it's too hot? Oh, fuck. Okay, Ben, also another thing, I forgot my tea. It's literally sitting on the counter steeping. Probably, like, it's steeped so hard. It went too hard. It's gonna be super strong, which is good. I like that. So Ben, I'm requesting a special favor to bring me my tea so that I can coat my throat and tell everyone all the stories, because I did a lot of things this week. Like, more than I've done in like 6 months, I did in like 4 days. Mentally, I'm still doing things, even though I'm like home now. But you know what I mean? It's just the adrenaline, it just keeps going. It's Carol's birthday today. It's Maud's birthday. Happy birthday, Carol. Happy birthday to one of our mods. That's 2 days after my birthday. Look at that. October babies. We love October babies. All right. Oh, I should put this on me before I stand up and it runs away. Help. So welcome on in, everyone. Welcome to the mods, the cats, the dogs. It's been a week and I've been away. I know I missed Wednesday, I missed gaming, but that's because I was meeting 250 of you at an Ulta in New Jersey. So we're just gonna chit chat today. I think I'm gonna sit down for a little bit and go through some of my stories. That's why I was partially late. I was saving things to my stories for you. Thank you, thank you. Amazing, incredible. Amazing. All right, give me 1 minute of peace. Does everyone else have their tea or water? Get ready. Don't spill it. Fuck, that's good. Uh-oh, he's trying to talk to me through the watch. Hello?
What kind of tea is it?
Well, you made it. Well, actually, no, I made it. This is a Simply Special blend that I've been drinking for a pretty long time. Would you like to drink it? Maybe. Maybe this week. What? Who said what? Sign your NDAs, come on now. Actually, yes. NDAs are required for this stream. You know, you just never know. There's so many insider things that happened this week. Would you guys be interested in tea? I don't mean like spilling secrets. I mean like actual tea, like unironic tea. Tea without the irony. Like literally, like like tea that you steep, put in water, drink. We could drink the same tea. Yes, the drinking kind. Tea of the drinking kind, not the gossip variety. Well, duh, of course. When do we get an email? Well, actually, it's not me in control of those emails. It's someone else, maybe a tea store. So maybe you won't actually get an email. now that I think about it. But I'll tell you. Just to follow me, you know? And I'll tell you about it. You're drinking tea right now? Good. I wonder who you might get an email from, but you won't get an email if you're not on an email list. So it's not the same as usual. But yeah, I'm excited, and I will tell you when you'll know, like you'll see things and you'll be like, okay, she already basically spilled the tea on Saturday without there's nothing official happening. This is just a chit chat stream. Hello, I'm just talking because I've been out of chat for a week, and you know, I missed leaking things, so so now I'm back. Cheers. Well, hi. I just saved to my stories, my Instagram stories, 2 different things that we can discuss. But I thought like we'd walk through it together and be like, okay, this is what I did all week. So, where do I begin? I'm trying to remember what happened every day. It was hard out there for a 36-year-old lady now. Guys, I'm 36. What? Someone asked me how like life in your 30s is, and is it like better or worse than your 20s? I just find that such like how do you answer that question? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't really think about it that much. It's so contextual. You know, I do see a lot of memes though that kind of joke about how when you're in your 20s, you're so chaotic, but like you also have no stability or money. And then like your 30s, at least you figured something out. So although that's not everyone's experience, it seems to be the meme storytelling. So that's the advice I will give to you, that it generally gets better. People usually, on average, find things that are working for them, but that's just the testament of time, right? Like you have to learn through personal experiences and having bad jobs and shitty jobs and changing careers or whatever, and then figuring it out. Testing. Hello? What the hell? Hello? Okay, now I think you can hear and see me, correct? Hello? What, why? My computer just shut off. It decided, we've heard enough. Like, hello? Has anyone heard that? I've actually heard a couple streamers complaining about recent computer problems on Windows. You know, Mac is superior, what can I say? It just sucks for streaming. So I operate on a Windows, which is a mistake anytime they do an update. I didn't even think I installed the update because I was deliberately like trying to avoid problems. So I saw it. I turned on my computer yesterday out of fear that like it just got fried while I was gone, and I'm like, oh, it's working, it's good. And then I didn't do the update that it was asking me to. So I was like, I'll be fine for now. And then it just shut off. The update broke all your microphones at work. I swear I didn't even do the update, so I'm so confused. It just shut off, like for no reason. I don't even have anything open that matters. Maybe it doesn't like Instagram. Like what? Anyways, what now? Why is this broken? Okay, now the chat is broken. Now I can't move it. Is Google Chrome broken? Oh my God. Hold on. I think I have to try. Google Chrome is broken. What in the fucking hell? Oh my God, it's glitching. Okay, now I see 2 chats, but you see 1. Like, what the fuck? Use Firefox. No. Sorry for blaming Menchie. What are you blaming Menchie? Menchie didn't do anything. Okay, well, we're back, maybe. If I just shut off, then it is my computer, but I will keep turning it on. This is giving me like throwback trauma to the Chrome launch when my computer shut off like 5 times in a row. And then I went on Ben's computer to finish the stream, but like there was no lighting or no good lighting and like no macro cam, and I was just so thrown off. It was terrible. Yeah, I'm seeing a double chat because one of them won't close or do anything, but you only see 1. Well, I can't even close it and reopen it because then I think that closes the stream. Good Lord. Well, where was I? Yeah, too many updates. 1 for each eye. Oh my God, it's so hard to read when there's 2. And actually, I don't even know if I can screen share now because then you're gonna get a double chat. Uh-oh. Hold on. Focus. How do we close 1 window at a time? This isn't like a Mac. Windows. I forget how to Windows. Can I close only certain windows in Google Chrome? I don't know. It doesn't even tell me the difference between the windows. They're just all labeled Google Chrome. What am I supposed to do with that? Well, chat missed me so much. There's 2 chats. Fuck. Anyways, I will try. Yeah, I know stream looks fine, Ben, but I can't read is my problem. I have a little bit of a problem when I'm trying to screen share, so. All right, I will do my best.
It's okay.
Yeah, I know, but I can't. Okay, how am I gonna share my stories? That's the whole point of this stream. Can you close the window? No, it's like totally frozen. It's just stuck. Sometimes this happens on Windows. I don't know why. It never happens on Mac. All right, well, let me begin. Let me start over now. This is like filming my older videos, you know? Like a take went really poorly, and then I had to redo it. But I could cut it out and you would just never see it. You would never see the technical issues. I can't task manager kill it because then I'll kill the stream. You'd have to kill all of Google Chrome. So, restart? No, I already did that. All right, it's okay. We will try and move forward. but I do want to screen share, so we're gonna see how that works. Have Ben bring his computer down. Yeah, no. Okay, so this past week, I did some traveling. I went from Canada to America. Yes, Canadian goes to America. I go there like maybe twice a year, something like that. Used to go more, well, pre-COVID, maybe I would have gone to Florida, a couple other trips. But since COVID, I generally go less, and usually it's to see Lake Sophia in North Carolina, or to go to the warehouse or the lab where Holo Taco is made, which is in New Jersey. So that's what I went down for. So we did a couple things. We went first I went to an Ulta that wasn't the one where we had a meet and greet, but I went to a different location just to like I had to see it. So we landed and I was like, I need to see it right now. So we went to an Ulta, and that was fun to see it for the first time on shelves, like wild. And then the next day was the Holo Taco meet and greet at Ulta, at a different Ulta in Clark, New Jersey. And that was so cool to meet 250 of you. I'm just gonna walk through the pictures, but this is just my quick recap of what I did every day. And then after that, we went out for a big team dinner. And then the next day, we went to the warehouse where Holo Taco is made and shipped out of, and we did a couple team presentations, some group brainstorm stuff, and then we went to the Billie Eilish concert, which was so fun, because we got a box. Ben and his boxes, you know, after Avril Lavigne, he was like, let's do that again. But, you know, who's playing the week of your birthday? Also, that was my birthday day. It just happened that way. It wasn't really intentional. But yeah, we took the whole team to a box at Billie Eilish, which was so cool, like VIP entrance, tons of food. There was shrimp, and she was incredible. So good. And she's like such a good singer, like lying down on the stage singing too. Like so talented, I find her voice to be. And then we flew home the next day, which was Friday, which was yesterday. So I got home yesterday and we sat on the tarmac for like 2 hours because there was delays coming out of Newark or something for unknown reasons. So that was, you know, just chilling in the aircraft. So I am a little tired. I've lost my voice after the meet and greet and screaming at the concert. So inside voices. It was a very intense trip. Every day there was like a lot to do, and a lot of it required a lot of adrenaline and energy and like excitement. So, you know, a little bit different than my usual life, my usual chillin' on stream. So let's see if I can screen share. I might have to maneuver a few things around. Just give me a second. Does that work? Oh fuck, you're seeing your second chat. Oops, how do I go back? See, this is what I can't close. You're literally stuck. Okay, you'll just have to see yourselves twice. Okay, off to New Jersey for Ulta Meet and Greet tomorrow, day 1. Goodbye, Ottawa. See y'all later, bye. Simplynailogical. Nail check, I was wearing Perry Social because I was gonna do a meet and greet with Lunar Unicorn Skin, and Ben was wearing Duct Tape Gray. Of course, had to get some great pictures in the air. Pictures in the air, okay, superior lighting. You got clouds, but then you also got flashes of sun. If the sun is out, the unicorn skins were just unicorning. Looks absolutely stunning. Look at that shot. Flying high. Hello, New Jersey. Okay, also Snapchat, what have you done to the Bitmojis? Like, that doesn't look like me anymore. Saw this in the bathroom, just thought you should know. Oh no, is it gonna do this every time I zoom out? Fuck. There's no way to pause and zoom in at the same time? What is wrong with this technology? Okay, don't put your child in this plastic pouch. I've never seen this before. What is this? Like, it's a place to put your bag, I guess? Have you heard of a hook? I've never seen this in a Canadian location. Is this like a New Jersey thing or an American thing? The pouch, clean and secure storage. It's just like a plastic thing on the wall. What about a hook? Where a hook on the back of the door in the public washroom would be also great and like maybe more clean. I don't know. You've never seen it either? What is this? You're from New York and you've never seen that? Yeah, I was like, I'm not putting something in there. What the fuck? You gotta put your phone somewhere, just in your pocket or in your bag, which normally there's a hook for your phone, but it's like, also, what if you put it behind you and then it like falls off into the toilet? That's the toilet right there. Anyways, it seemed a little risky for me. It was very suspicious, very sussy little kangaroo pouch. Okay, next. I went to Target, had to take a selfie with the dog. I love Target. They don't have Targets in Canada anymore. It's a very sad story. Target did come to Canada several years ago, and then they just pulled out because I guess they were not getting the same amount of sales or interest from Canadians as they were in America. But as someone who's been to Target many times, like dozens and dozens of times in the States, the ones that they put in Canada were trash. Like, the brands they carried, the stuff they offered was not the same as what was in American Target. So that's why I think like it was trash. I was like, this isn't good. Where's the tank tops I like? They just didn't have the same stuff. So I think that was part of the mistake, if they would like my opinion for their failed business model. I think that's probably what Canadian customers were expecting, like the same stuff, generally speaking, but like it wasn't. So yeah, they were just empty. There was like, I saw viral videos of just like no stock being put on the shelves in Target. It was like a clearance store. Like, it wasn't Target. So I think they kind of ruined their brand reputation with that. If they ever tried again in Canada, it's like, okay, but is this actually Target, or is this just like a discount Walmart disguised as a Target? Like, no. So we don't have Target anymore, and it was never a real Target. We only have Walmart. That's like the closest thing. So Americans ask, like, they're usually shocked. Even my team was like, what do you mean you don't have Target? That's like such an essential. It is, right? We're so deprived. They're coming back, are they? Did you fly into Ottawa or Pearson? Ottawa. I live in Ottawa, not Toronto. Business restrictions because government tariffs. It could be that. It could be that so many things they were trying to bring in just cost too much for duty and exchanges, and then they were like, okay, let's just do things that are local in Canada, but it just wasn't good. So yeah, they quit. Anyways, so I love going to Target. There's like this brand called New Day that makes like $8 tank tops there. I really like them. And I also got these pants. Do you want to see my fit check? Look at these pants I got from Target. They would never have this in Canada. Okay, look at the pockets. I know, the slippers match. Pockets, pocket zipper. Never need a purse again. They're like jeans, but they're like very loose, and the jean material isn't stiff at all. They feel like soft jeans, if that makes sense. I think the brand is New Fable, something Fable, which is like a home Target brand. I forget. Something Fable. Getting Avril Lavigne vibes. Yeah, I saw them, like, okay, those are nice. How much room do we have in our luggage, Ben? I never do, or I try not to do, like, what's it called? Where you like checked luggage. We try not to do checked luggage because then you have to wait and I'm very impatient. So I try and just do carry on and like just fit it in your one bag and your personal and whatever, and then Ben's bag and personal, which is like usually my stuff. So I was like, do we have room? Wild Fable, yes, it's Wild Fable. They're probably like 38 American dollars. Chad is correct. The junior brand, yeah. The teenager section was pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yeah. See, we don't have that. Wild Fable, I love those pants. Do they have them in other colors? Because I would totally get them. Is it a junior brand? I think so. I think it was in the junior section. Usually I like the junior section. With the exception of like the prom area, obviously I have no use for that personally. But the everyday kind of like sweatpants, cargo pants, like hoodies, like I'm way more likely to gravitate towards the junior section than the ladies section, which sometimes is more like dressy, which is great if you need clothes for work, but I don't need to dress any specific way. So I prefer the junior section. Target does not ship to Canada, no. All right, okay, so that's my Target story. They had butterfly clips. Is this 2002? Oh, can't skip this, okay. And then we went to Ulta. The first Ulta for me to ever see Holo Taco in. Almost as soon as we landed, we were like, okay, where's the nearest Ulta that carries Holo Taco in New Jersey? And we found it, and it was so crazy walking in there and being like, where's the nail section? Found it. First time seeing my nail polish in a store. This one was stocked because I've seen so many of you sharing pictures in the Discord or the Facebook of the shelves like completely cleared out at your Ulta locations that carry Holo Taco. There's like one thing left. So it's wild, and we were just kind of lucky, I guess, that this one actually had some stock, some shades were going, but it was so satisfying to see. And I think this was kind of an older Ulta, like some of them have updated signage, but this one doesn't yet, so they just put this like card here. It's like not final. I guess they haven't updated with the logos. But it was so crazy walking in there. And so I was with some of my team members and we were filming because I wanted to like get some like quick content that wasn't on the meet and greet day, so I could just focus on filming a couple things for like little short TikTok verticals or whatever. And at one point, like an Ulta employee comes over to us and she's like, oh, you guys can't film in here. But my team had already spoken with the manager like before we got there to clear it. I guess they just didn't know. And then, so they were like, oh, okay, just to clarify, we did speak to the manager the other day, blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, okay, so are you like, is the brand here? Like I think she was confused. And then we were like, no, that's us, we're the brand. So it was kind of awkward to be like, no, that's me. Maybe she was questioning things because I think there was a point where I was like praying. I don't know if we're gonna put that in an edit, but you know, you got to get all the content and then see what works. But I think at some point when we were just trying to film everything possible, I was like going like this to my shelves to see if that would end up in a vertical. And then maybe, yeah, you know, I understand why she was like, who are you guys? You can't possibly be with the brand. And yep, so don't worry, we cleared it up and we were able to keep filming. The Ulta near me, 90% sold out. Yeah, we've just started getting like performance feedback from Ulta about store sales, and it's looking very good. Bad for you because there's no stock left in like so many stores, but great for us because it means they want to order more. So yeah, the team's gonna work on that as well to do like an Ulta restock. Always getting kicked out of places. Yeah, almost. She thought you were a crazy fan. Maybe. I've definitely heard stories from some of you guys that like staff is like kind of aware. Even staff that, so there's staff that like know who I am or know who Holo Taco and they're like very excited, but then there's some Ulta staff who like don't know that, but they'll notice people coming and like looking for Holo Taco or asking for Holo Taco, and they're like, what? And they'll see people taking pictures of it and they'll be a little bit confused. So I just think it's kind of funny that it kind of ties the community together, and then they're just like learning about it. But if you're looking for which Ultas carry Holo Taco, you can go to the store locator on Ulta's website or on our website on holotaco.com. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's a store locator link under other, and then you just put in your postal code and it'll tell you the closest store that carries Holo Taco, because not all of them carry Holo Taco. Around 500 Ultas do right now, which is crazy, like to roll out into 500-ish stores at launch, and we're already clearing out shelves. Like, that's kind of crazy. It's kind of unusual for a nail polish brand to have like fans. Yeah, for nail polish that's sold in a beauty drugstore department store, absolutely, right? Now, cosmetics brands, there's for sure a ton of examples of like cosmetics brands in here, because there's like influencer brands, right? So that makes sense to me. But with nail polish, there just isn't really the same like type of communities like ours, but just for a different person basically, that exist in nail polish, that have a brand that's in like a giant store right now. I'm not saying that's never happened or there's never been an influencer or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, generally speaking, that it is a bit rare for an Ulta employee to be like, what's going on in the nail polish section? Usually it's just like, okay, there's Sally, there's Essie, you know? The standards. And now that I think about it, nail polish also generally doesn't have a face attached to it because it's nails. It's nails and hands, right? So why would you? Whereas makeup, it does make more sense, generally speaking, to like, if you are a known founder when you launch your brand, like you're gonna put your face. Like Selena is gonna advertise for Rare Beauty, obviously, with her face, wearing the makeup. But for me, like, my face doesn't matter from a showing the product perspective because it's not makeup, it's just my hands. But there's my face. It's just standing there. Leo, hi Simp. So excited about Ulta launch and great performance feedback. Curious what this means from a supply chain production capacity. So right now, I think the biggest bottleneck, so to speak, is the new bottles for Ulta, because they have different requirements because there's no cartons. As you notice, none of the nail polishes there are sold in cartons. So that is one of the reasons that I've explained before about why we switched our bottle labeling. The bottle is exactly the same, to be clear. Shape, size, everything. It's just the labeling, because you need to have a description. So it has to say the words nail polish on it or something like that, or top coat or whatever. Because they don't do cartons in retail. So, and I think their rationale is so you can see the color and see the product on the shelf and it not be like hidden in a carton. But yeah, I know the team's already working really hard on like getting more of those specific bottles, because we have our other bottles, but that will just continue to be for you guys, for direct to customer. And eventually we will swap over to those labeled bottles for everyone, because it is a lot easier operationally to just have the same bottle and not have like different bottles for different chains. But yeah, lots of work to do. 2 Ultas in New York have it. Yeah, a couple do. And New Jersey, there's at least 2, because I went to them. I think there's a bit more. Can't recall. I need to see how stocked my Ulta is. I've definitely enjoyed seeing people share pictures from different Ultas. And it's crazy to think that, like, if there wasn't this community, I would have no idea. Like, I can't physically go to 500 stores myself and see them, right? So you guys are kind of like, you're kind of like an unofficial team member. You're like going into the Ulta, taking pictures, sharing it in the Discord or in the All Things Simply Facebook group. And for me, I really do appreciate seeing them. I just like to see like, how does it look in the store? Like, okay, that's the old labeling. Okay, this is the new labeling. And just see how stock like looks with eyeballs instead of hearing about it from like a really high level, like, you know, sales performance. I mean, which is also important, and still working on that. But because that was the first stock moment, or it was launched at Ulta's, but it was also the first like big stock moment. And we're already talking about restocking, which is wild how quickly that is. Would this mean that direct to customer orders would move away from unicartons? That's not my plan right now. Your business brain is so fascinated by this expansion. So the way we ship and package orders at Holo Taco, like you get the black, here, I will show you. Oh wait, that's not the container. Where is it? Here, this is a 6 slot. This is a 6 slot, but usually it's a 4. So we do these, right? And this has been a really good way to ship nail polish in the past 5 years. We've upgraded like a couple times, maybe you didn't notice, but these have changed, and the 6 slot was added not that long ago. But this foam is specifically designed to hold our cartons. So it fits super snugly and it causes less breakage, and it also is just a good customer presentation that like matches the aesthetic. These have little symbols on them. So even though this is a shipping container, right? Like it has to have like specific labeling when you're shipping nail polish. Even though this is supposed to just be like for shipping, I think it's a nice looking shipping container. So I like having this specific packaging experience, and for now, it's going to continue to be this way on our website. We're not changing that right now. The only thing that will eventually be changing, but it's not imminent, will be the updated bottle labeling, where it says, this is long-lasting base, for example, it just says base coat. And then the sticker at the bottom will change. But to me, that was like not that big of a deal of a change for a regular customer on the website, because the experience overall will continue to be the same. Like you'll get this, it'll be shipped like, well, okay, well, it'll be in a white one if it's long-lasting base, but you know what I mean, right? And then we made it so the window shows the new label. So that one says base coat, but like some of them will just say nail polish or nail topper or top coat. There's 4 categories. But yeah, so like that's, technically there will be that change eventually, but it's gonna be some time. From a sustainability perspective, would it be more eco-friendly to not use foam? So we did try, but it didn't pass. And I'll tell you, like this is just kind of the struggle of dealing with operations, fulfillment, and things that other people are the experts on, because this is no simple task. But it was something that we definitely explored, where you had a cardboard inside that had cutouts, but we do ship tests, and the error rate, like the breakage rate, was a lot higher. So you kind of have to weigh, like, is it worth it? And I don't mean worth it for us from a replacement perspective, but it really is like the customer experience perspective. If you're ordering from holotaco.com, you know, if now that means X% of customers are gonna have more breakages, then is it worth it for their stress? Like there's always gonna be an error rate, a breakage rate, damage rate, no matter how safe you are at shipping, like that you have to accept that, but like you don't want to increase that too much. And if you do increase that for whatever reason, like changing to like a double corrugated here instead of foam, you need to decide if that increase in breakage rate is worth it. So we just felt like it wasn't at the time, but we kept it open as an option should we decide to transition to that. It is something like we could still do, but I know that it would increase, you know, customer upset, I guess. And someone just made a really good point. I wanted to give them credit. There, Cade, exactly. Reshipping also has a carbon footprint as well. So if we're always going to reship people damaged orders, then the emissions, like if that's your concern about sustainability, definitely is worse to do that for the amount of increased error breakage rate. So different businesses choose different paths. There's a pro and a con to each. Like there is no like best solution, honestly. It is kind of like a give and take, see how it goes. And for now, for like several years, this has been a very good system for us. And even the 6 slot we increased to and did a bunch of drop tests, they call them, drop tests, shipping tests, to make sure that it was still gonna work. And it did. And people do love the 6 slot. So if you got the Birthstones collection, you'll notice you got them in 2 6 slots. And that was my doing. I asked operations, I'm like, hey, I noticed that our customers really love the aesthetics of the 6 slot shipper. Would it be possible to make sure that we pre-pack the Birthstones order for those who ordered the whole set in the 6 slot shippers? And they were like, okay, let's check if we have the quantities, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, okay, yeah, we can do that. I was like, thank you. It's like such a simple little thing, maybe. I mean, not to them, because then they had to rejig things around. But I thought it was like, I've seen feedback that people kind of want these elusive 6 slots. And yeah, so you're welcome. Maybe this doesn't matter to you that much, but I know for some people they were like looking for them, so yeah. As a customer, I use the foam for sponging and nail art effects too. Yeah. You've never received a broken bottle from Holo Taco? That's amazing. I have once in prototypes, but it actually wasn't in cartons. So they sent me, like I get sent prototypes sometimes that isn't in a carton, obviously, and they just threw the bottle like this, and I guess despite the foam, it was still hit at a weird angle. And then after that, we started putting bottles in cartons, even for prototypes, just for further protection. But it's kind of chance though, you know what I mean? Like you could still get a broken bottle despite all this protection. There's always gonna be a little bit of that. But I really appreciate people sharing that they've generally had a great experience. And if anything ever did go wrong, which happens, our customer service is incredible, and they will always get you a replacement. You prefer the 4 slots than 6? Okay, well, we usually use the 4 slots. All right, well, that was a little shipping derail. Absolutely crazy seeing it in person. I immediately went and organized them. I was like, make the bottle straighter. But it's just crazy to see, like, we have 5 whole rows here. Like, this isn't just some little, like, feature, you know? This is like, no. Like, they literally put us in the nail bar with so many other, like, big brands or brands that have existed for decades, which is just crazy to me. Do you want to buy a Holo Taco? Do you remember my, like, launch video 5 years ago? Remember I went like this? Wait, where is it? Where is it? I don't remember which side I came from, but since the chat's on that side. But remember I was like, do you want to buy a Holo Taco? With the launch box. And now, literally in the store. Kind of wild. Cooper, I wore sparkling water to Orville Peck on Wednesday and got so many compliments. Amazing. It was wild to see them with like a drugstore nail bar color swatch, right? Which is something we've never had to do until this. Like we've never had to think about, you know, how do you represent the color under the shelf? Because we've never had a shelf, I guess, except these shelves, which don't have labels. But yeah, absolutely crazy I'm holding lunar unicorn skin in case you're wondering. It really is a full circle moment for me to now be like, do you want to buy my brand? From the store. Lila, boosting for previous collections, there are other pretty collections too, like Dark Academia and Cereal. While gems are out of stock, there are alt options that are equally pretty. Oh, is this a PSA for people who didn't get Birthstone collections? Thank you, yes. Thank you for recognizing. We have a lot of cool things with different vibes. There's Beyyyn. Yeah, this Ulta didn't have the final shelf unit, I'm told. So the logo card is a little premature, but who cares? The gang's all here. Yeah, other people have shared other pictures. I wonder if I'm gonna just pull from, there was, oh wait, it's in Facebook, which I'm not logged into here. Okay, so I won't be able to find it, but yeah. Thank you, Happy, for the Menchie gang. Caroline, heading to a Halloween manicure party and my Holo Taco birthday bundle just delivered. Oh my God, it's even more stunning than I imagined. Thank you, Christine. You are so welcome. And I hope people are loving the Birthstones collection for those who ordered it. Fulfillment has been happening. It's on the way and it's continuing. They're not done shipping, so. Guys, look at my little holos. Always use your phone flash to see the holo. One lone missed shift, one play rosé left. And then I bought Holo Taco for the first time from Ulta. And I went to the cash and the cashier she didn't know, which is fine. So, but I think she was like, why are you so weird? And why is someone filming you buy this? Because I wanted to record it just in case we decided to turn it into something. But yeah, I went to the cash, I picked out Holo Cappuccino, Reflective Taco, and Magenta Jelly because they were the ones that had the most stock left on the shelf. And I was trying not to pick away at things that were low stock. You know, I was thinking of the locals who might come in. So I wanted to buy something selfishly, but I didn't want to take from your stock. So not me, just picking the things that have the most stock. Thank you, Abby. I'm altering the data, yeah. Did you start an Ulta rewards account? No. The girl was like, what's your phone number for your account? I'm like, I don't live here, so I don't have one. Thank you, Macy. I was in the ER and several of my nurses complimented my Holo Taco combo. I always forget how special the iridescent shimmers are. I am also still wearing my combo of High Tea Hibiscus and Polar Princess. Holo Taco is also a legacy brand, Christine. You've been on YouTube for 10 years, oh my God, and have your brand for 5 years. Give yourself some credit. Oh, thank you. I was 14 in 2015 and now I'm 23. What does legacy brand mean? I don't know. Am I a legacy YouTuber? Maybe. But I'm now a streamer, and I've only been streaming for like 4 years, so that's kind of different. Yes, Holo Taco is not a new brand, because we are 5 years old. But to me, that's like proof of concept. Like, you've existed for enough years to like solidify what you're doing, and then doing something like entering retail at a time that feels right after you've developed that solidity, you know what I mean? As opposed to like off the jump trying to do everything all at once. I am more of a conservative, like let's evaluate, let's wait and see thinker, generally speaking, and less risk taking and less like doing all the marketing possible at first and just kind of like doing it more deliberately, methodically, low key. Low key. Hi Simply, I'm participating in a singing contest and want to paint my nails with something shiny holo, but isn't too obvious. What do you recommend? The Holo Barista Collection. Any of the 5, depending on what shade you like. You could try Holo Cappuccino. It's not the best picture because the flash is right on it, but. Hannah, wearing Twice in a Blue Moon while I wait for my gemstones to arrive. She's eating, not gonna lie. That is a great blue. All right. And then we went to the Cheesecake Factory because when in America, you know we had to. We also don't have those in Canada. Andrea C., the lawyer trainee. Happy belated, Christine. Thank you. I was able to pick up the whole collection for my own birthday, which was nice since I'm feeling a little bit homesick. That's amazing. The whole thing. You're gonna have so much fun. Christine, evaluating, unheard of. Phoenix Force. When I had my daughter in April 2023, I was wearing toe beans, and every shift change, the nurses would come in and talk about my nails. Love that. Love toe beans. A more sustainable approach to growth. So many companies make dumb decisions to get into the hyper growth loop. I think it's because everything you hear in like new brand marketing is like you really need to push heavy, hard, and strong, and overspend really on like marketing, so you get a maximum amount of people interested all at once, so it creates buzz and it creates the optics of a community, even though that community may not actually exist. And then there's literally brands whose business model it is to just gain notoriety, get success, and then after 2 years, quit, start over, start a new brand, and do the same thing over and over. Like that's actually, I forget the term for it, but that is like a business model that people do on purpose to maximize their earnings, I guess. Mac, you missed my super chat due to the glitch. Uh-oh. So Mac Attack Part 2, pretty please, when will the Black Friday sales start? Mac! I don't know. I don't have the calendar on me. I don't remember the exact date, but I think we're gonna have, like, it's gonna run for a little bit. It's not just gonna be like that weekend only, I think. The timing is weird this year, but it's not my fault. It's because of where December 1st lands in relation to Black Friday, right? Something like that. I bought Birthday Brat and it is currently out for delivery. Yay! I can't wait to get my hands on it. You're gonna love it, Mackenzie. We have Cheesecake Factory in Canada. What? You were there last night? Wait, really? Have I been living a lie? Ben, did we know this? Ben, did I just forget that? Is that new? Really? At Yorkdale, isn't that like the Pickle Barrel? Did the Pickle Barrel close down and they put the Cheesecake Factory in? That's crazy. I did not know this. Well, you learn something new every day. Is it worse than in the States though? Do they even have the same cheesecake? Is it even from the same factory? Thank you, Alley Cat. Happy belated birthday to a fellow Libra. I hope your birthday was lovely as mine. It's today. Happy birthday! Ben didn't want me to know. There's one in the GTA. Is that it then? There's just one? We went once and it was a 3-hour wait? Was it? Wow. Oh, we tried to go. Okay, I literally can't remember. That's what happens when you're 36. Don't remember that. Was I there? I don't know. Thank you, Kodachi. Shout out to the warehouse. Got my Birthstones Collection yesterday, all the way to Germany. Currently wearing Birthday Brat, so pretty. R.I.P. Pickle Barrel? Oh, that closed? Damn. All right, let's keep going. So we went to Cheesecake Factory after a little bit of shooting at Ulta. And of course, in the American way, I was served the giantest plate in the history of plates. I ordered a vegan salad and added chicken and shrimp. Vegans hate her. But like, okay, tell me if I'm wrong. anywhere I've gone and they have like a vegan salad, it's actually good. Like there's actual stuff in it and not just fucking romaine lettuce. Okay, fuck you and your romaine lettuce. I want cucumbers, tomatoes, some broccoli, some asparagus, some quinoa or some farro, look, avocado. Give me some stuff. Pumpkin seeds, beets. I love vegan salads, but then I'm like, do you have chicken? Like, because if I just got the normal chicken salad, like not chicken salad sandwich, but just a salad of the non-vegan menu and put chicken, it'd be garbage. So, you know, I said to the waiter, can I get the vegan salad with chicken and shrimp? So I was like, give me, yeah, I had to get shrimp, but I also wanted chicken, so yeah. I want the substance, give me the carrots, give me the butternut squash, whatever. I just didn't realize how big it would be. Here is my hand for scale. Like, look how fucking big that is. What the hell? The plate was bigger than my head. Sydney speaks. Hi, Simply, so lovely meeting you. Nice to meet you. I was your birthday twin. Oh, nice. Congrats on Ulta. Thank you. Yes. I do have pictures of the meet and greet in this reel. Am I wearing Polar Princess? Yes, on this hand with high tea hibiscus. But on that hand, I'm wearing Lunar Unicorn Skin and Perisocial. So anyways, salad was pretty good. I like this combo. So if you're ever at the Cheesecake Factory, there's a vegan something salad. There's only one, but add chicken and shrimp. Or just one, or none if you're actually vegan. I'm sorry, but like this is just the best way to do a salad, honestly. Give me all the shit. I ate all the chicken, all the shrimp, most of the good stuff, but did leave a lot of lettuce because the plate was just too damn big. Shrimp, please. I'm eating my family. Goodbye. Literally demolished. All right, there's some cheesecake for you. Land of the cheesecake. Oh, and then I just continued posting pictures from the Ulta, just sharing that I couldn't wait to meet 250 you tomorrow. Comment if I'm meeting you tomorrow. All right, next day. Meet and greet day at Ulta. It was at the Clark, New Jersey location. And the team went in early to do this setup. So I stole this picture from them to share with you as a little sneak peek. But that was the background where we were taking pictures. There was balloons and some of them were hollow. Yes, real hollow. And we had just like a classic black background. Everything looks so good, so professional. The team did such a good job with all the setup and like organizing a meet and greet all together, which is no easy task. And there was a lot going on. We had special like cake pops. They did giveaways for people in line. So much good stuff. If you were watching the Holo Taco Instagram 2 days ago, you would have seen that. I wonder if we should add that as a highlight, maybe. It was so well done and fun. Great, thank you. Was anyone here at the meet and greet? Comment, I was there. And don't lie. I'm not gonna do a poll because it'd obviously be like less than 1%, but if you were there, say I was there in the chat. I'll see if I can remember. Mr. Moon, I remember you. Okay, this isn't fair. I'm like not gonna remember everyone's name, but I know Mr. Moon because that's so unique. Goob, Natalie, Sarah, Driver, Neon Yellow Fiend, Pirate, Katie D, Kira. I crocheted you a Holo Taco bottle. I remember that. Bree Time, Jennifer R. Are you my sister? Lindsay. Ella Sangela. Oh, I remember that. You know what? I asked a few people. So some people were like, oh, I watch your streams, which is great to hear, because normally in my past meet and greets, like in more recent times, like the Sophia one, people would say like, oh, I loved your videos, you should post more. And it's like, I stream twice a week, I guess you don't watch. But there was quite a few number of people, which was like made me feel really like good about it instead of like bad that I don't make other videos, saying that they watch my streams. So that was like so kind to hear, and that meant a lot to me. So thank you if you happen to share that with me. But I followed up to most of those people and I was like, oh, okay, what's your name in the chat? Like, would I recognize you? And I swear 80% of them were like, oh, I'm a lurker. I don't really chat. So I'm calling you out right now. I might have known who you were and like kind of what you say, what you do on stream, if you'd been participating in the chat, because I do recognize a lot of your names if you're someone who chats, right? So I'm calling out the lurkers who came to the meet and greet, and just lurkers in general, that I'll never know you if you never say anything. Danielle, lurker. Polished off nails, but I lurk. See, I don't remember the name, but that's a great name. Self-aware potato, let us lurk. No, be more aware potato. We're doing our nails. You can type in between, just do one hand at a time. Just do emojis, use your mouse. Lurkers, stand up, yes. Here, let's do a poll. At least maybe they'll click on something. Are you a chatter lurker? Okay, you're only one, you have to pick one. Anyways, I called some of those people out. Hope they didn't take that in a bad way. I was just like, why don't you chat? And then I recognize your name. It's free to chat. Subscribing is free. You can chat in here as long as you're subscribed, or else YouTube thinks you're spam or whatever. I like how now the chat speeds up. Like now lurkers are like, I'm not a lurker. I'm here. I'm here, present. Good thing you guys aren't getting graded. I'd call you out for that. Tifa Lope 867. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, which we will be scheduling a Menchie Gang stream soon. I'm a semi-chatter, more lurker. I've been summoned. 70. Okay, wait, let's look at the results. Are you a chatter? 23%. 77% lurker? What? And you guys are even coming out of your shells to click a button. Wow. It's probably even higher, right? Because lurkers are like the worst population to get a participation poll input from, because they're unlikely to participate in the first place because they're lurkers. So it's probably more than 77%. That's crazy. But thank you for pressing a button that says lurker. See? And you guys think the chat is fast sometimes. I mean, when it's a Holo Taco launch it is, but that's just because the sheer volume of people. There's only 1,400 people here now during a launch. Sometimes it's like up to 6,000. And I bet you the proportions are even more spread out there. It's probably like 87% lurker on a Holo Taco stream. I always do the polls, but I definitely lurk. Only half the chat voted correct. This is a sample size of half. I used to be a lurker. But now I'm a chatter. I love polls. Commenting is harder. Yeah, coming up with funny things to say is hard. Lurkers give polls more of a chance because it feels more anonymous. It is anonymous. Like, I have no idea who clicked what. It doesn't tell me that. All right, well, 78% are just here to spy on us. Got it. I admit I lurk, but I work a lot and want to participate more, but I sometimes participate. Thank you. And yeah, obviously not everyone can chat for 3 hours unless you have a job where you work from home and you're just like, yeah, I can do 2 things at once. I'm a lurker because you don't read my chats. Well, that's a lie. Susan Terry Schneider, is that your government name? All right, let's go back to the meet and greet. I was asking you to share your pics in Discord, which I could pull up, and I will also share some of these. But first, I'll share mine. I'll be selfish. Nails. On our way to the meet and greet. Thank you, Sammy, for the 5 gifted memberships. Menchie Gang, Menchie Gang, Menchie Gang, Menchie Gang. Ben is a serious driver. Okay. So we went in the back because I didn't want to like cause a ruffle or whatever at the front. So we drove around to the back of the store to get in, and there was literally a dumpster right there. But Ben had to go park the car. So he was like, okay, you go in. So I just went in with the team, like got my water, whatever I needed to do right before we were ready. And then Ben went to park the car, but then he came back to the back door entrance and everyone had already left and went back inside, like the Ulta staff or my team and myself. So he was just left at the back of the store because the door is locked. So he was just standing at the back by the dumpster. Ben, if you use social media regularly, like that would have been funny. That would have been a good time to Snapchat and been like, just here by myself at the dumpster because I was locked out. He eventually came around the front, but obviously I was not responding because I was like, okay, I'm busy, I gotta go now. He was ready for his line, but nobody knew because they were all at the front of the store. Life of sin. I would come to a meet and greet on the West Coast, anything from LA to Vegas, Seattle, or Vancouver. The West Coast is the furthest from me, if we're speaking North America. It's actually super easy for me to travel to New Jersey. It's only like a 90-minute flight, same time zone, just pew. So as far as traveling goes, it's something that I manage pretty well. When we used to go to VidCon in LA, that was much more of a like 6 hours and time changes. That makes it harder to do, generally speaking, but I do hear you. Ben's meet and greet at the dumpster, yeah. He did post a picture at the dumpster. It was a different dumpster. It was an aesthetic dumpster. Actually, I want to show you because I have all the photo creds. I need to show you my photography work. Okay, look at this. Check that out. Why does zooming in do this? Bruh, what is this? Okay, zoom in is broken. This was in a different area of New Jersey. We were just walking around, had to pick up a couple things. And then we noticed this, like really cool looking wall. Like how cool is that? So I was like, Ben, there's a dumpster and the coolest wall I've ever seen. Go stand. So I took like a bunch of pictures. I was like getting different angles. So yeah, he did have a meet and greet at the dumpster, but he forgot to invite people. Ready for today. This was not the one behind Ulta, it was somewhere else, but it's funny. Lurker, except for free member chats and polls. I sent it earlier, but you missed it. I missed it due to technical reasons, maybe. Anyways, very cool wall. All right, so I wonder if I can give you the audio of this since there's no music on it. Yeah. Which one are you? Tag yourself. I'm the one in the hood behind the pole. Look at all those Holo Taco hoodies. The sun was brutal. I forgot sunscreen. It was also like cold. So this was a pre-organized meet and greet. We'd shared it, or Holo Taco had sent out an email to people within a certain radius of New Jersey 2 weeks before, and I'd also shared it on my YouTube community page and a couple other places. And there was a maximum of 250 tickets, and that's in part just to make sure everyone who was coming would have a spot to meet me. So they were all sold out. We didn't charge anything, but it was like sold out of the available tickets. So yeah, sold out show, just like Billie Eilish. But as usual, some people, even though they sign up, like don't attend. But then there's people who didn't get a meet and greet ticket who did come that we were able to accommodate. And we were supposed to be there for a total maximum of 3 hours. I think we stretched it a little bit, but we also wanted to be very mindful of security's time, Ulta's time, the managers, the employees, the staff at the Ulta store who were super helpful and kind to even let us do this and like basically kind of take over the store. And we had a little thing set up in the front just to kind of feature some of the polishes rather than having people go to the back. And we gave away a free, which was a Holo royalty bag. We had some extras from our warehouse, and we gave away the free silver Holo pouch when you had a certain purchase of Holo Taco product in the store. So it was a nice little bonus. And anyone who attended also got a free mini nail file, some cake pops, some stickers, just some like cute little Holo Taco extra stuff. And then you could also buy some nail polish while you were there if you wanted. So I think it was a really good time, and people then had me signing the pouches, which that actually was a pretty good idea in retrospect. I signed someone's pouch upside down though. Story time. I had permanent markers in my pants, like what color? Silver, black, let's go. Okay, so I was signing people's pouches, and normally I would sign like this, like simply that way so that the logo is like there, you know, so you could display it. And I accidentally had it flipped and signed it upside down, and then I gave it back to them, and then they were like, oh, it's upside down, but it's okay. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm so dumb. So I asked my team member, I'm like, please, can you get me another bag? Like, just my bad. Like, I'm gonna re-sign it. So I re-signed their bags. Now they have two. They have one upside down and one right side up. Sorry about that. You haven't eaten the cake pop yet? Me neither, but I saved it and brought it home. Don't tell customs. The extra chat is fixed. No, I just realized I could cover it. You signed my front of my nail file upside down. Oh shit, did I do that too? And Ben signed the back of it. Oopsies. What can you do, eh? We try. All right, and then we begin. Let's go. Second time signing the box. Oh yeah, this is Muffinitis, which I recognized from the Discord. See, it's good to chat in areas, because then when people tell me like, oh, I'm blank, I'm like, oh yeah, I know you from ABCD, right? So I can recognize you. So they had a box already signed by me from, I think it was a Menchie gang giveaway. So for the last couple Christmases, I've been doing a Menchie gang giveaway where the people who are in the Menchie gang, and I do a December stream somewhere around Christmas, and I will do a survey and have people share what collection boxes they're missing or which ones they would like the most if they could have a first, second, or third choice. And then I go to my personal stash and see what I can do. So I've been picking like 10 to 15 people every year and shipping them out myself from my own personal collection and signing them. So I shipped Muffinitis a pastel linear box, I think this past Christmas or the one before. And then they brought me a signed box, and I was like, wait, what? Like, how is this signed? They're like, oh, you already gave it to me. I was like, oh shit, that's so funny. So I signed it again, and I wrote simply number 2. How many do you keep? Well, I have a depleting stock of the older ones, right? But I do have like a handful of older boxes. Some of them I have more of than others. It just kind of depends. The OGs, I don't think I have any left. And like some of the ones that are really sought after, like the OG Rainbow. Please play the video of Ben using the megaphone. Oh, I don't have that. That might have been on the Holo Taco socials. I reposted this from Holo Taco, but when the balloons are real hollow. See how big that is? Crazy. This was Holo Taco sharing some of your nails in line. Look, and people were bringing OG boxes, which was wild. And I think it was, for me and some of our team members, so interesting to see the number of people coming in that had been a customer of Holo Taco since 2019. And you can tell by just like looking at someone bringing in an OG box, right? So that was, I think, super special because it really demonstrates to me just people being invested for this long. Like you didn't get bored, you know, you still like us, you know, it's like a relationship, like you're still interested in me. You were a couple people behind her, that's so cool. What was the camera filming for you? Are you creating a video or short from it? Yeah, we had a couple team members doing a little bit of filming. Some was for social and some was something that I think we're gonna work on producing a little something. But you know, it's also been a week for the whole team, so we'll work on that next week, you know. Just probably a little cute recap, but I did want to just do live stories regardless, like, yeah. People would be taking pictures, and then sometimes I would be like, okay, can I be selfish? Can I take a picture too? Sorry, using up more time, but it all worked out, and I think everyone had a reasonable amount of time to, you know, say a couple things, exchange some words, take a picture, sign something. I signed everything that everyone asked me to sign. And I don't like being put in situations where the time is so constraining that like I can't even sign. There was, because of the amount of people at the North Carolina meetup, and like we saw like how like there was like literally over 1,000 people between the 3 locations, more than that. I just know it's at least 1,000 because we gave away 1,000 of Sophia's Feeling Fiendish shade. But when there's too many people, you can't sign things because signing things really adds up in time. And I like making sure like I can get you a signature, we can also take a picture and you can say something to me and not just like, hi, bye. At the same time, you also, like I can't talk to you for 10 minutes, you know, because there are people waiting and we do have to respect the 3-hour timeline for a store that we're basically just like disrupting, if you will. But it was such a good time and I did have so much fun hearing some of your stories. And I swear at least 10 people just finished their master's degree and told me about it. And one of my team commented that. They're like, how many people just finished their master's degree in this line? I guess maybe they didn't really know why, you know, you guys were telling me that, but I know why. So I'm very proud of everyone who came up to me and was like, I just finished my master's. And one person I remember literally said that they submitted it that day, like earlier that day, which was so cool. Yeah, and I'd always ask them like, whoa, cool, what are you studying? And some of the topics were just like so impressive. I mean, like, well, what topic isn't impressive? Okay, but you know what I mean. Your audience probably skews educated. I mean, well, that's subjective. Also, having your master's is like not common, generally speaking. So I don't say that to like, you know, make other people feel bad. It really is specific to the type of career that you're going into. If you're trying to specialize in something, or if like you're going to be a doctor and you got to get your MD, right? Which is, you know, or your doctorate if you're doing a PhD and you want to be a professor at a university. It depends. Like not everyone is going to need a post-secondary or higher education degree. It's just what you're doing that sometimes requires it. But it was so heartwarming for those who are going in that direction with their life to share that with me and that I had some impact on them, which is like cool because I guess that's something that was important to me over the years, is just like not doing this promotion of like, oh, just quit everything and just make money on the internet. Like I despise influencers that kind of promote that, or like, well, I did it and I was just a broke kid from Ohio, so if I did it, therefore you can do the exact same as me and become a multimillionaire. Like, no, that's not true. Not everyone can just do that. That's not how that works. So I would try my best just to like give more realistic advice in the way that applied to me. And not just like talk shit. Anyways. My shorts editor, Amanda. She gave me a card called like Excellent Boss. Because it was National Bosses Day, apparently. I didn't even know that was a day. You have a PhD in Holo Taco? Nice, Vanessa. Love that for you. Oh, the amount of OG merch too. People wanted me to sign the OG merch. Look at that, holosexual, who remembers? The year was 2017. That's Mr. Moon from the Discord. See? And then when I said, I'm Mr. Moon, I was like, oh yeah, I know. I've heard of you. Someone brought a Julian box, and so Julian was there in spirit. Hey, beb, beb, beb. Oh yeah, they brought all the Holo Taco swatch sticks, which is crazy, which was so fun to like look at that assortment. Love that. Some people, almost everyone had like their nails painted, and there was people really like doing the most. Look at this, Holo Taco, Ulta to celebrate the launch. Like this is so sweet, and I'm sure there was also some like Instagram collabs about the launch of Holo Taco and Ulta. People trying to show their love and support for this, but just like seeing it in real life too was so crazy to be like, oh my god, like that's so cool. So yeah, I touched your nails. I touched some of your nails or your hands. Caitlin now, see, I also recognize people from Instagram. If you told me like, oh, I'm this person on Instagram that maybe you're aware I've reposted with you before or something like that, I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember. So I do like when the community participates, that it gives me a chance to like kind of remember, and then I can actually associate you with something instead of just like stream of people that I like don't feel like I've met, even though you feel like you've met me. I also want to feel like I've met you, sort of. It's nice when that happens. Obviously that can't happen every time. I don't have that big of a memory, but when I do recognize someone, it's super, super fun. Oh yeah, the crochet Menchie and Zyler. It's so cute. I love them. And yes, even though I had messaged previously that I won't be able to bring anything back with me, I couldn't have a bunch of people bringing me gifts, to be honest, because we had to fly back with no carry-on luggage. I did bring these back. I was able to bring some things back. I'd like stuffed them in my luggage, so they're upstairs. I had to give them to the cats. They are so, so cute. Oh, I was like, I'm crying.
Yeah, and I made their eye patch after eye color. And look, her nail is Holo Taco and Sally.
Oh yeah, on her nail she had HT and then SH for Sally, because we're on the same shelf. The cleverness. Oh no, not the detectives. Guys, I was ambushed by the Holo Taco detectives. Okay, she passed me a green folder and it said detectives files and was like, open it. And I was like, what? And then it was a file of the Birthstones Collection, but if every stone was green. And I don't know if like this was a test, an ambush. They wanted my reaction. Was this an organized effort? Like, am I being watched? What's going on? The full green collection. So what is this? We all know which detective that is. Well, it says Corb, right? Or was this like a group effort? Your dream collection? And there was a Mac attack at the bottom, right? So you guys conspired against me. There was a Mac attack, even though Mac lives in like the UK or something like that, right? I got a Mac attacked from across the world. All right, nail polish Crocs. Sophia, where you at? Look, well, this was a little girl. She was like 7. And I was still confused how she knows of me. Like 8 years ago or something like that, when I did a meet and greet, it wasn't uncommon to see like 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds. But today in 2024, it was mostly people who were in their 20s, maybe 30s too, or a little bit older. But I'm just saying, there was like 2 people who were like 10. And I'm just wondering, I'm like, is it like your mom likes me? Or what are you watching? Anyways, of course I was nice to her, you know, despite being 2%, and signed, I think it was a pouch for her. She came in later. That's what we want, all green all the time. Oh no. Shout out to security, who we also took a bunch of pictures together. And then we almost fully cleared out of everything that this particular Ulta had. So of the 250 or so of you who attended, you also bought like all the stock that was left. And they were fully stocked because this store held the stock back. So if you tried to go to this store before the meet and greet and like pick something up, the shelves would have been empty because they did that on purpose to hold it, to make sure there was enough for the meet and greet crew. Security was really nice. Great, I'm glad to hear that. When did you go to Billie? I'll get to that next. It was a long trip in 3 days. I bought a lot, sorry. I haven't seen this on Instagram. Well, that's on you because I posted it all on Instagram. Stories expire, right? This is 2 days ago. Sold out, completely cleared out, except just a couple of those. And you know, the Holo Taco team, we left a trail. We did a whole cleanup, and by we, I mean not me, exhaustion, but the team did a big cleanup to make sure all the balloons were gone, any holo that was spilled was swept up off the floor, and we cleared out of Ulta, and we're like, okay, let's go to dinner. And also had an espresso martini. Which was delicious. And I know what you're thinking, Christine, aren't you a tea girl? Okay, well, I am, which is why I also had a chai drink, which was delicious. I forgot to like take a picture of the menu to learn what this was. But it was, I think, like a chai concentrate and like a dark rum, but there was something milky in it to make it frothy. It's like if cold brew were chai. Iced chai, but creamy. It was so good. It tasted like Christmas. What happened to the decorations? I think we took the big Holo Taco like roller background. We took that. One of you took a balloon. Like I think one of the team members gave someone a balloon who asked for it. But ultimately we had to take the set down so the balloons were, you know, properly disposed of because you can't really save them. They start to die after a certain time. I'm so glad you loved Menchie and Zyler. I hope Ben loved his banana. Yes, I threw it at him yesterday on stream, into his stream room. All right, and then I was reposting people from the same event. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is some of your footage. Other POV, POV you. Influencers in the wild, trying to Snapchat at the same time. Ben and the banana. Oh, Ben's holding his crochet banana. Oh, that's cute. Met the coolest cat mom today. Forgot to wish you happy birthday, all good. This is so crazy. I can't believe I met Simply and had a whole conversation with her and also one with Beyyyn and also made new friends. The number of people who told me that they've like made friends in line was so heartwarming too. And it's definitely helpful when I think if you're like an active community member chatting in the Discord or whatever, people would wear name tags to like identify themselves and say who they are. So you can be like, oh my God, like I've talked to you before. So that was so fun and heartwarming. Oh, and also it was my birthday. And I like almost missed all this happening on Instagram the next day because so many people were putting together like nail art collabs and sharing, and yeah, I feel like I saw it for like 5 minutes and tried to say thank you to as many as I could or repost, but it was so wonderful. You guys kind of do this every year, right? So kind of you to do different birthday manis, and people were doing ones that were inspired by old nail arts I did. The mods also sent me one in the Discord, yeah. This one I kept on the story. 36 layers, help! One of my team members was, because she was looking through my stories, and she goes, "You're 36?" And she was like, "Oh," I was like, "I thought it was just like wrong. Like they for some reason did 36 and they made a mistake on your stories." And I was like, "Nope, I'm 36." She was very nice. She was like, "I thought you were like 25. You look 25." I'm like, "Okay, well now you're just sucking up, but thank you." Yeah, it's a cake polish mountain. 36 layers. Some of you are simply birthday brat manis. So cute. Okay. Oh, and then we went to the warehouse. So up next, yes, there's still more story times. We went to the Holo Taco warehouse. And then, or that was the next day. So that was the conclusion of the meet and greet, but I actually did want to share some pictures from Discord. So I'll do that, and then warehouse day, and then Billie Eilish, okay? I'm gonna do a quick pee out the tea. So I will BRB, run a little ad, happy B-Day to me. So don't go anywhere. I will mute you can't hear me pee.
You muted the wrong thing.
That's hilarious. Wow, it's so good that I also muted it here. Wow, that's crazy. So I muted the audio. Yeah, I muted the music instead of my mic. But then I also muted it at source, so you didn't hear me pee. That would have been a disaster. Thanks, Ben, for saving me. So you just heard me blow my nose, whatever. Yeah, I meant to mute just the mic, not the audio. Sorry, you had to reflect in silence there. Okay, I do want to pull up the Discord because I want to share some of your stuff. So in the Simplynailogical Discord, under Simply Stuff right here, there is an Ulta Meet Greet channel that community members were sharing stuff in as the event was going on, like before the event, during the event, planning. So there's a lot of stuff in here, and we're gonna keep this around. We might archive it so it'll end up like at the bottom under the archive stuff. But for now, it's still there. So if you do have any pictures from the event that you wanna share, you can go ahead and do that. But yeah, this was fun to see here. Okay, I'm just trying to go to generally, I'm just gonna scroll through. I won't be able to read a lot, but trying to find where it was like peak meet and greet time. Crazy, everyone sharing their pictures. What is this? Wild Ben just standing there. Ben taking pictures in the store with his banana. Oh, Menchie! Oh, I scared her. Menchie was here. Looking at nails. Hold on. Let's go to the beginning. Ben being Ben after he won stickers? What do you mean? Ben won? That's not allowed. The heck? So here, these were the cake pops. Well, that was the vegan one, so it didn't look as cool. It didn't have the logo in the same place. But there was a different one. I'm trying to find a, okay, yeah, there was some that had our logo or the other logo on it. So that was the cute little gift bag that everyone who came got. What was this video? Sorry, it's over chat, but this is your POV, one of you. Hi, that's a good shot. Good job, you should be a photographer. Menchie. Very cool. Are there other meet and greets happening? This was the only one that we have planned right now. This was in part to celebrate launching at Ulta. So, okay, I'm gonna scroll down because this was just like waiting in line. Menchie, you gotta move. You gotta move, girl. So Ulta and us wanted to do a meet and greet to kind of celebrate launching at Ulta stores, and it made the most sense to do one in New Jersey. That's where some of our team is, but also it's closer proximity to where Holo Taco was made, and it's not far for me to travel from, just like 90-minute flight. Look at Ben. Ben. What is a Ben in the wild? What is this, more Ben? Just videos and pictures of Ben. Who was that man? Why is he at my meet and greet? So yeah, everyone was super kind and friendly, and also you can tell in here people were just like sharing stuff and getting to know each other and being like, which one are you in line? Come find me. And our team was doing giveaways. They were doing raffles, so people were winning dad hats, some other stuff, some toppers, just to keep people interested or like give something to do, right? Because you gotta wait if you were in line, so didn't want people to feel like bored. So, and the weather actually turned out to be fine. Like it was a little bit cold, but I think people were also fine being in t-shirts, so it worked out perfectly. It wasn't raining, thank God. Some nails, some Ben with bananas. Oh yeah, those are some sick gradient nails. It was hot in line. It was hot inside, because I was like, there's Mr. Moon. I was standing, this was a window right behind here, so the sun was beating in, and I remember asking, like before we started, the Ulta manager, I'm like, is there air conditioning in here? She was like, it's on. I'm like, okay, so that's just how it is in here. So there was no way I could wear a hoodie. I was sweating. You can kind of tell in some of the pictures. Look at my hair, I'm like sweating. Okay, so people were bringing in remix collection boxes that I was signing. So fun. Some OG merch. There's a Holo It's Me one. Menchie, you gotta move. I cannot see. Okay, sit behind me. Cuddle behind me. What am I doing? I don't know. A couple people asked me to pose, and I was like, what is this pose? Signing boxes. Okay, sweetie, you can't stand there. I can't see. My mom said it looked like Simply was proposing. Please hope she doesn't see this. I saw it. Now what? Ben was a good sport. Ben was a good sport. It was fun and amazing. It must be exhausting to smile so long. It really is. If you want to know some like real information instead of all this like happy good time. Forever lurker. Forever lurker. Stop that. See, I don't even recognize your name. Because you're a lurker. Some of you have such nice style though. Like, what is this? Like, this looks so cute. I love this like preppy outfit. One thing that takes a toll on me from meet and greets is my jaw hurts from smiling for 3 hours straight. Like, you try it. And it's not that I don't want to smile, but it's just like it happens when you're meeting people and you're like excited, right? But then literally after, okay, since you're just gonna stand here, I'll go like this. Like this part hurts to like eat. Like eating after smiling for 3 hours hurts. Cause now you're like moving it. And I don't know if that's getting worse with age or just with smiling long periods of time. Menchie, she really missed me. Okay. What? Ben is walkie-talkieing me.
You can't hold Menchie to the left like
Oh, sorry, Menchie, you're blocking. What am I supposed to do? She's obsessed with me. You want your eye boogies picked, you little girl? Okay, sorry. We're very professional. Okay, I will pick your eye boogies and then maybe you will calm down, okay? Now, there you go. Sometimes if you smother her back, she'll get the hint and want to leave. Can you hear her? Do you hear her? She is intense right now because she missed us so bad. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm trying a slideshow. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Ready? She's in heaven right now, my little sweetie. Okay. So yeah, jaw hurts from smiling, but it's well worth it. It was just hard to eat after. And shouts out to anyone who like let me drink water. Occasionally I would just be like, I need a drink. And then I'd look over and, you know, people are waiting, but they were so kind and respectful, or if I had to go to the bathroom or something. Everyone was super, super nice. No incidents to report. Ben was signing things too. Okay, these ones I signed right side up. That's good. Oh, we also gave out these little flyers just in case someone didn't have something I could sign. The team thought it would be a good idea to make these little, like, almost like a postcard that just has the 35 polishes that we're carrying at Ulta. And there's a little spot for me to sign, and there was a QR code on the back about a giveaway. Stopped at my local, okay, a different Ulta. See, that's how it looks in other stores, right? There's like a spot for the logo there. More crochet. Oh my God, so cute. Okay, this was the goodie bag. So you got that little card, the cake pop, a mini nail file, some stickers, and then if you bought, I forget if it was $25 worth of Holo Taco. I can't remember. The team organized most of this. Like, they did such an incredible job making sure all the little tiny pieces were in place. But if you bought a certain amount of Holo Taco at the store, you got this free pouch. And then I just signed it. Simply and Ben did the hot to go dance. Yes. Did someone have a clip of that? That was impromptu. An OG box? 5 years old box, that's crazy. Menchie, I can't see. A cat, aw. I love her. Aw. See how many of you had an OG box? That's crazy. Aw, cats. Just send me pictures of your cats. Oh, is that Ben and the mic? What is he doing? Ben, I missed this. What's happening?
762382.
382?
Oh, he's doing raffles.
382. Nobody wins. You can all go home now. The event is over.
Ben, that's not funny.
The fire marshal has told us to leave.
No, Ben. Nobody should go home. Yeah, never give Ben a mic. He will just tell everyone to go home. Amazing nails were spotted everywhere. Look at these spooky ones. Absolutely love them. Ben and the crochet banana. He's so interested. You can peel it too, like they come apart. Please, because I was right. What did it... I don't know what we're right about, but what am I right about? More pictures. There's my Facebook mod, Bruner the Better. See, and she was smart and put a label on that identified her handle, which is one good way to recognize people. A child. Oh yeah, this person like brought their kid. I was like, is she a subscriber? Isn't that crazy? Look, see, real hollow. Real hollow balloons that turned out so well. Dad hat trio, new friends. New friends were made. Did I eat a sticker? It was edible. It wasn't hollow, so it was edible. It's just like that printed icing or whatever. I mean, I didn't make them, but that was my understanding, that you could eat it. I don't want to eat mine, I kept it. How long until it goes bad? Should I just put it in the fridge? There's some of the goodies. Signed some hats, VIP wristbands. What is it? Why the need to Photoshop us? We were literally there. What? Okay, wait, are you the one who stole the balloon? That's Corb. I don't know how to pronounce this. The green detective. It was you. At the meet and greet, just before closing, who stole the hollow balloon. I know. I remember there was someone who asked a team member if they could take a balloon. Well, you can never let it deflate. It looks pretty sick. Like, those balloons turned out so well. Yeah, you've been caught in 4K Discord. Here's the inside of the cake pop. That looks pretty. That's such a good photography photo. Look at that shadow. What? That's the group mani pic. That's behind the scenes of taking the group mani pic. That's hilarious. Oh, there's Muffinitis. See? I'll remember your name if you chat. There's a ton of pics in here. Oh yeah, I remember they gave me a little Holo Taco like sew-ons that you like put on clothes. Ben doing his own meet and greet in the middle of the store. So cute. Some of you guys are so talented too. Okay, there, that was the end. I mean, I know there was a bunch that I skipped in the interest of time because I do want to share some other stuff from, there was a lot we did that weekend. Guys, that was only 3 hours and that wasn't even all the pictures. Simply was tired from the meet and greet, but it was so much fun getting to meet you guys, to see your nails, to sign something, to hear your stories, and just to see everyone so appreciative and making friends. Like, people were making friends in line, and then they would tell me how they made friends in line, or they found someone who they knew on the internet, which is hard to do these days, making friends, I mean. So the opportunity to casually meet people on the internet in like a safe space, not like randomly behind a dumpster, you know, is a rare one, I find, with online communities. But events like these do bring people together. So I love that for people. And it does make me want to do more meet and greets. At the same time, I have to also acknowledge like the amount of work that goes into organizing something like this. And let's be clear, it was my team who did that, who like pulled that off, paired with like an Ulta location and allowing that to happen in their space. So everyone puts, so many people, like dozens of people, put so much work and money was put into hosting an event like this, because we didn't charge anyone to attend. I prefer it to not be that way if it doesn't have to be. But yeah, it's so worth it to me. But it's also not easy to do often, if you can understand. So I am thinking of like, okay, what's the next one we can do? And I know that Canadians, hello Canadians, are you there? I know 10% of you are Canadian. I'm looking into something for Canada in early next year. So just save that footnote. But where else would you like me to come? And don't say do a national worldwide tour, because I would never be able to work on the wonderful things that we do for Holo Taco if all I'm doing is meet and greets. But when we can, and it makes sense, we will work on it. But like, where else should I go? You know, statistics show I should try another major city. So I'm not coming to Iowa. Unfortunately, the numbers just won't line up. But where else? The GTA is something that I would totally make sense in Canada. France, well, that's just so a little bit far, just un petit peu. California, I've been to California. I've done VidCon meet and greets like 4 years in a row. So I feel like I've also been there over the years for people who are near there. Boston, your house, Florida, Niagara, Vancouver, Ottawa, Texas. Texas is a big one. I know there, yeah. I mean, that's just, it's always driven by population. When I look at customer data and we look at where are our customers, because Ulta asked the same question. They're like, you should do your meet and greet where most of your customers live. Like where maybe there's a town where like you guys cater to that town a lot or something because you're from there. And I'm like, well, I'm from Canada, so that doesn't really work. So to me and our customer base, and same with my Simply audience base, it's always just been correlated to English speaking populations and just the rate of population. So the bigger the city, the more people who are in my community who watch me. And it's just always proportional. It's rarely the case that you're gonna see like some obscure town just have like a ridiculously high volume number of people, because it's not just about rate, it's about volume. If you're trying to plan a meet and greet and you have to think about the raw number of people who would attend as opposed to the rate per population. So doing it in a location that is accessible or near big cities, which is also why we thought New Jersey's near New York, where there's a lot of people, but you can also come over from Pennsylvania and some of the surrounding states, which some people did, and like mentioned they traveled like a couple hours or something. Could you please announce it with a bit more time? To travel from Chile, oh, that's so kind of you to want to come all the way across the world from me. Generally speaking, I'm not sure. Yeah, we were under also like working with Ulta on this rollout, on this announcement. So we gave 2 weeks notice, which is I think pretty standard in terms of meet and greet stuff. This isn't like a Billie Eilish tour or a Taylor Swift tour where they announce the dates like a year in advance. Sounds like you need to create a geographical survey on Holo Taco fan locations. Well, my point was that I don't, because it's just proportional to population, even our customer data. Like, yeah, we have the most, if you look at it by city, the most customers are in Texas or New York, if you're looking at by city, or I guess LA, because those are just the biggest cities in America by numbers. That's it. It's literally just correlated. So it makes sense. I'm gonna go to Ulta right now. Sophia! Really? Find me. Make sure you check the store locator to make sure Holo Taco's at that Ulta. It's on our website. Just go to the bottom, go to other, and go store locator, and then type in the postal code. Here I am giving my friend, my bestie, a personal tutorial. Hi, Simps, or should I call you Shrimps? Yeah. Yeah, we're working on our next friendcation trip with Saf and Tyler. I missed your super chat. Well, it's gone now because my computer died. I mean the fans. Have the viewers also become shrimps. We can all be shrimps together. Come to Detroit. Detroit become human. I do like that game. Come to Vegas. Should I go to Vegas with Sophia? She could take me to every restaurant. All right, now I want to move on to our next day, which was at the lab or warehouse where Holo Taco is manufactured. Had to do some business. We had too much fun and now we had to do some business. So went to the back and was looking at the Birthstone shades. This was all pre-fulfillment stuff, which means all the finished product and goods that are getting ready to get picked and packed and put into your orders. The warehouse was busy because it was a Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. So everything was in full swing and picking and packing, and it was bustling in there. So I didn't want to interrupt too much, but I just snapped a couple pictures as I could. But they're on their way to you. So for anyone who ordered our Birthstones collection, like, let's go. You sold us out of 11 of the 12 birthstone shades, which is absolutely wild. And I reflected on that with the team, like just how crazy that was, because it was not what we'd expected and forecasted for. And we had a really good conversation about why did this change? Like, why is this, what makes this launch different? Because our forecasting techniques and modeling has been pretty consistent with every launch we've done. And we've probably done like 10 launches since the last time this happened. Speaking of Sophia, but that was her fault, okay? This launch didn't have a Sophia factor. It's just me. So it was very surprising that we had something that we were unable to predict in terms of quantities, because there wasn't that external variable that you just don't have any prior data for. We had all the prior data for this one, from years worth of selling product. The only variable that was very different was the number of SKUs. So this is the first launch we ever sold 12 polishes at the same time, which if you ask any random person, like how that's gonna go, they're all gonna be like, yeah, well, not everyone's gonna buy that because that's asking a lot, which I agree. And we saw that feedback anecdotally. Go back to the original Holo Taco posts when we started teasing. Not just teasing, like we told you it would be 12 a week before, almost a full week before we launched, and said that there's gonna be 12. We laid it out. It would be limited edition, but not really, because we're gonna restock the ones that do the best to our best efforts. And I saw so much feedback saying that that's a lot, but I'm gonna pick my favorites, or I think I'm just gonna get my birthstone, or I won't be able to participate at all in this launch. And that's okay, because I don't expect everyone to pick up every single launch. I think that's asking a lot, and I've never marketed like this was a requirement of any kind. And I think we were all had the best intentions with our projections that like most people, or not most people, less people than usual at a Holo Taco launch would opt for the entire bundle because of the price barrier, which I get. And that is only a reasonable take. If I didn't have that take and I was like, everyone's just gonna spend $150, like that would be dumb, right? I'm trying to be reasonable, listen to your feedback. Even before we heard it, I knew what your feedback would be. And then that was realized when early feedback was saying that was a lot, which I totally got. So that was the only difference. So what surprised us in reality was when launch hit, how quickly the full collection was selling and how many people were opting to get everything instead of picking up what shades they want. Because with Dark Academia, which was the launch just prior to this, it was 8 shades, which is a little bit more than usual, depending on what it is. But like on average, we've done like 5 or 6 shades, right? Depending on the type of launch. So Dark Academia was 8. And those were the closest statistics, or the best proxy we had for Birthstone. And it was just before, so you couldn't have like changed forecasted quantities at that point. But even Dark Academia gave us, or I thought, gave me some reassurance, because when Dark Academia launched, yeah, there were people buying all 8, but people were like picking and choosing. Like, oh, I want this one. I think I'm just into the cremes, or I'm not into the cremes. I'm gonna do this, or I don't really like blue, so I'm not gonna do that, or I don't like the golds or the browns, so I'm not gonna pick up those colors. And people were picking and making their choices, which is like totally fair. So I was like, okay, that's what they're gonna do in Birthstones, but a little bit harder, a little bit more selective on average, because on average, I don't expect people to purchase 12 polishes at once. I thought it would land more in the like 5 to 7 range, right? Everyone has a different budget, and also not everyone likes every color of nail polish. So liking all 12 Birthstones is something that I didn't anticipate as much for this launch. That being said, we still made a lot. Hello? Like, this wasn't even it. This was just like one row for the picking. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So we had a great discussion with the team to try and figure out like what was it about this one that surpassed expectations, and I think it's a combination of multiple factors. I think it's concept and storytelling, the fact that it has an element of nostalgia for some, right? Some of us are like, oh, I had Birthstones when I was a kid. But even if you didn't, you still saw yourself in this collection because everyone has a birthday month. I think the packaging, the special carton, kind of just gives it an extra little, oh, that's fun, you know? Not that like that alone is gonna change someone's purchasing behavior, but like it is kind of, it feels more luxurious, a little bit special. I think the fact that there was 12 different exquisite formulas and they all followed a different story was part of it. So like formula diversity. And then I think maybe time of year. This kind of does feel like a post back to school, treat yourself type of lull in the year. Like we're not too close to holiday shopping yet. Like no one's thinking about that yet. So maybe it is a time where people are like, I'll treat myself. But what do you guys think? Because another big factor would be the limited edition factor. I get that when you use that in marketing, it will influence people's buying, which I have mixed feelings about. And I do think it's important to not do limited edition as a brand repeatedly, because you're just gonna upset your customers. And also do it when it makes sense. So we try and attach it to things that you can expect to be limited edition, like historically my birthday shade, or royalty collection, or sometimes doing limited edition allows us to actually give you the product at all. If there's like a really cool pigment and there's something that I want to do, but I know it would be unreliable for us to produce it forever or like multiple times because maybe the vendor doesn't make it, or we couldn't even get it in large quantities, or there was way too much QA efforts that went into it and it's just like doesn't make sense to do it again. If I never do limited edition, then I am eliminating so many different options from what I even launch. So I don't want to do that either. So I think there's an important balance in using the limited edition opportunities to do like, let me get those special things. Well, I can, okay? Because I cannot promise that they wouldn't be limited edition. And I don't want to do that direction either, right? And upset people by launching something, saying it'll be here forever, and then just be like, actually, yeah, we didn't do our due diligence and we can't get the pigment. And that will still happen, because there's some things that are out of our control, but I don't want to do that irresponsibly. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm seeing so many good essays. Let's read. Oh, forgot to write a message there. Also, the variety of colors help people fill their collections with colors they may not have. Thank you. Yeah, so like diversity of colors. It's definitely because of it being limited edition. People were scared to miss out. Yeah, I hear that. And it's tough because I also want to be honest and transparent about our pigments and availability, or our ability to bring it back. So if I just didn't use that messaging and then didn't tell you, and then it was all gone in a day and you never got that like warning, let's say, then you would just be mad about why didn't I tell you it was limited edition, or it was something we may not be able to get back. So it is a bit of a challenge that I sit in very often thinking about how to message things responsibly, as accurately as possible, but also trying to temper FOMO as much as possible. And I did see some feedback on this, like people want me to say if something's limited edition, but I also don't want people to freak out. So if you noticed, our teaser emails would say it's limited edition, but then I would try and temper that and say, but don't worry, we made a big batch, because I don't want to make people feel anxiety as much as possible. I want to say what I need to say, but then also try not to make you anxious. But I also can't predict the future, and I had no idea, genuinely, that it would sell out in 3 hours. The first shade went, and then for the full day, the 11 went. I didn't know that. We did make a big batch. That was supposed to make you feel less FOMO. And that's how I prefer to do things. And it's a very tricky balance to give that honesty and transparency of like, here's limited edition, this is why, but we're gonna try and bring things back as much as we can. And then also be like, don't freak out. Because we don't have to say that don't freak out part. Like, we could be way more aggressive with our marketing. And literally, brands all the time, I'm subscribed to so many different brands, like sweatpants brands, wellness brands, whatever. And the number of things I get in my inbox where like the subject line is like, don't miss out, this is the last, like all the time. Like, you don't want to miss it, or they'll say things like, this sold out in 2 hours, which we could say next time, but I probably won't, because I find it very aggravating. And I don't even know if they're telling the truth. So I'm trying to tell the truth as much as possible. But yeah, sometimes this happens. So this was a huge success for the team and everything that they did to execute 12 shades coming out at once, the photography, the marketing, the concept, the storytelling, all the assets, all of the swatchers who swatch 12 things. Like, we don't want to sell out that early because it means we can't make good use of all the stuff we already put a bunch of effort into making content-wise, which is tough. And I do want to like celebrate the amount of work that the team put into all these assets. So I say the word assets a lot. That's just like an internal creative term. I just mean like photos and videos and graphics. But like they came up with some cute little like Birthstone like graphics where it's like, here's like a fire card and here's pairings. And I still want to share those. Like, we're still going to post them. But yeah, we kind of have to pull back on some of the marketing because people think like we're doing it on purpose to be mean. But the truth is, you know, there's a lot of great work that went into it. It is still a launch we're proud of. And a very large amount of people did purchase at least something from the Birthstones collection. So there will be Holo Taco sharing, you know, the sparkly things that we're still proud of. And as far as a restock goes, because I know that's probably what everyone has been saying, we also talked about that with the team, about a Birthstone restock. And I'm crossing my fingers that we're gonna make that happen. I don't have a date because we're going back to pigment supply chain and all the moving pieces. You gotta go back to the source, and then it's all gotta funnel back, and it's all gotta work within the constraints of everything else that we're planning for the rest of the year. So I think the answer is looking good, but I also don't wanna overpromise and underdeliver. I prefer to do the opposite because I'm a conservative thinker, not in the political way, but in the business way. So we are working on it. So what you can do is, okay, so if you missed out on the Holo Taco Birthstone collection, you can go to our website and hit notify me, add your email here, so that when they come back in stock, if the ones you hit notify me on do come back in stock, then you will get an email the second they are back. In addition to that email, I will also let you know when I have like a true go ahead, and Holo Taco will of course we let you know, but our goal would be to give you a little bit of advance notice. Again, not to create FOMO in this like period in advance where people get anxious, but for transparency reasons, so you are ready. And that is a very tricky balance that I think about every day. So is your data skewed since it only reflects the amount you made? Yes. Now, that's a really good point, Tanzo Nail Art, because I haven't done it yet since I just got home. But I do want to do a rate of sale analysis because I think that's the only data I have to look at which ones actually sold the best based on what we made, which was available. But the other data point we're going to use is how many people hit notify me on the individual shades. At first, this was just said sold out because it was in part to force you to like tell us which shades. You could do it for all of them if you want, but now you could do it for the full, and I get that. But as much as possible, even if you just like tell us which one specifically are you wanting, it helps us get more individualized data instead of everyone saying like everything and then like they don't actually buy everything, which is normal. There's always attrition in terms of your wishes versus what you actually do. Just like meet and greet numbers, right? Like 250 people sign up, but then there's gonna be a drop-off rate of people like who aren't able to make it, but then there's a little bit of pickup from people who didn't sign up and decide to come. New formulas / variety was enticing. I thought not buying everything, but they were too beautiful. Oh, thank you. Just wish July had an extra edition. Great job, Shrimply. Thank you so much. Before launch, I thought I'd be very picky, which people were, which I was like fully prepared for, right? I was like, okay, people are saying, I'm not into my birthday month, but I really like how March is turning out or whatever. And they were making lists in the Discord of like, I'm gonna get these 6 or I'm gonna get these 5. So like, that's what we thought would happen. And the numbers we made reflected that, but it just like kind of blew my mind that how many people were like, actually I changed my mind. So yeah, sometimes you just can't listen to comments. Not that we knew those comments, so like we'd already made the quantities. That was set and done a couple months ago. We have to make projections long time before because of the amount of time it takes to get pigments in and then actually manufacture the product. But I saw the launch vid and loved way more shades than I anticipated. So that's like such good feedback too. And the fact that we sold out without anticipating it is such good feedback for the entire team to like know what you guys like. Now, I don't even know how you could top this because that's my next challenge. I'm like, this was such a good concept that you can't do again. Otherwise, it's just like you're trying to recreate the same moment, right? But I was really attached to this concept too, which maybe kind of translate a little bit into my excitement for it. I really do appreciate how ethical you try to be in your business. Thank you. I don't know if ethics is the right word. I guess that's kind of a good word. But I try not to be a shithead. I try not to just do it like, what's the word I'm looking for? I try not to do it just to maximize revenue. I think like, yeah, there's a reality where you do need to make sure that the business model is pulling in what it needs to sustain expenses and all of that stuff. But I also prioritize your experience, and there's a lot of balancing, there's a lot of compromising, there's a lot of like sacrifice. Well, we could do this, but I'm gonna need to do this. That I do care a lot about. Danielle, the formula color combos were so unique and indie reminiscent that they was impossible to pass up. Every polish was gorgeous. Thank you. And that's a testament to our product developers, because this was the record amount of prototypes. I'm just finishing making the behind the scenes short, which YouTube finally changed shorts. I can now upload up to 3 minutes, so it doesn't have to be 60 seconds, which is very good news, side note. But there was like 100 prototypes, which is more than Sophia, but it makes sense because there was 12 shades. But yeah, like our product developers for this one really had the task laid out for them to come up with like, hey, they all have to be different. They all have to be different colors and formulas and use different pigments to really get that point across instead of doing the same across 12. Like I could have done 12 crushed hollows, and that was an option at some point, but I just didn't think that would really hit with the uniqueness of each stone for this concept. There's another concept like you could do gemstone colored crushed hollows with easier, I think. That doesn't take away, but. Moon, love your shirt, Simply. Where did you get it? It's from Zoomies. I'm so excited if the restock happens. We'll hopefully get all of them. Right now I should get Birthday Brat. Oh yeah, my shade is the only one still in stock. And that's because I've seen people like kind of being mean on my birthday, rude, but like making fun of me as if my birthday shade sold the worst because I didn't make an opal. Well, I'll have you know, it actually sold very well in the top 6. If you look at rate, the only reason why it's still in stock is because we made way more. And once you're down to just 1 out of 12 things left available, people just stop buying, right? Because they like were looking for more. So that's what happened. The other ones were more like equivalent, so they kind of sold out together, but we did make way more of mine, so take that. I'm just like, why are there so many people saying like, actually everyone hates your shade. You clearly made a big mistake because it's not sold out. And this is what happens. This is why FOMO marketing exists, because companies think you only look at the sold out button. Well, ours says notify me, and that's all you do to calculate in your brain whether or not something you should fear it missing or not. We just made way more of these. Anyways, it's okay. Especially when it's my birthday. I know, they're being mean on my birthday, making fun of me, but it's fine. They hate us because they ain't us. And guys, this is a hot pink frosted metal that I know the community has been begging me for. Frosted metals are an underdog. We know this. It's hard to make them look good. I know this. Pictures do not do them justice, and sometimes not even videos. You really just need to see it in real life. So she is the only thing left in stock. She'll probably sit there on the shelf by herself for a little bit just because of that added effect of when there's only one thing left, people are just like, okay, I'm not interested. Actually, we still have some nail oil. Not that much though. I did check in with them. The nail oil, well, was also limited edition, but that's probably gonna go maybe by next launch, if not earlier. Actually, it might go earlier, I don't remember. But this is an experiment because we've never done a scented, a flavor that you can't eat nail oil before, and we wanna wait for more feedback to see like what you guys think. Should we do another one? We'll see. The nail oil smells amazing. Okay, good feedback, thank you. Did Trophy Life survive the launch? Oh my God, is she still in stock? The one that can't retire. Retiring, still available. This is the new chameleon coat. We retired her in January. It's October. Nobody wants Trophy Life. Like, there's not even many quantities. That's like the funny part. Like, there's like literally nothing in terms of inventory, but there's no one buys her. Chameleon coat 2.0. Shouts out. Okay, let's continue. So that was my update on Birthstones restock. Hit notify me on the website. We will do our best and see what we can do, but I don't have the final answer yet. I saw a bunch of boxes ready to get shipped out to you. Vanilla cake nail oil galore. It smelled really good in that part of the warehouse. Checking out our regular stock shelves, making sure everything's looking good. And I just happened to catch a little bit of Perry Social on the line, just doing like little restocks here and there. I guess Perry Social was low. I was like, oh, hi, I'm matching. And then I was looking at like, oh, so we're mixing up for holidays? Yes, spoiler alert, we will be releasing a holiday collection. Something's wrong if we don't, I guess. But yeah, this is a giant vat. This is like as big as me. Like you could put me in this if you wanted to hide the body, you know? But there's a shade name on there that I had to cross off, but this is one of many little vats. One of many giant vats where they like put the giant mixy thingy in, then they go zzzz. So when you see the mixing videos, it's like in one of these. And they're pre-mixing for holidays, which I just, if you're interested in from a timeline perspective, pre-mixing means it's already been scaled up and they already did a mini production. So first thing is when I approve a prototype, and this would have been several months ago that I approved it, they go ahead, more than several months ago, they go ahead, order all the pigments, whatever, and then they try and match my prototype that I approved. Sorry, let me say that again. I'm backwards. I'm gonna do this not on there, so I could maybe turn this into a short. Okay, nail polish manufacturing timelines. to the best of my ability. And just note that I'm the one sitting at home while our wonderful operations team, manufacturing project management, is doing most of this. But here's like the quick and the dirty of it, okay? I approve a prototype. This isn't one, but just pretend. And I'm like, yes, like T71 is approved, okay? Then the team starts ordering pigments based on our projections and forecasts for how much of each shade we're gonna need. But sometimes there's multiple pigments that go into each shade. So then they go ahead and do that. They make all the timing work. They do all the project management good stuff. And then eventually, when all those pigments are in, they make a small batch to make sure that it matches the approved prototype. So they'll go ahead and make like a mini production, and they mix that together, try and match it. There's different matching techniques. They do like drawdowns where they draw down the nail polish on a piece of white and black paper to see its opacity, but then also do like swatch testing, and we have our product developers, experts like looking at it, and then they'll send me the bottle of production. I'll swatch it, I'll make sure that it's matching and that everything looks good. The opacity is what it should be for that product, or the color is exactly like what we thought, because sometimes there is a slight pigment difference from a pigment that you had from a batch from 7 months ago versus the one they got for the giant production. That can happen sometimes, and sometimes we're like, can you tweak it? Send it back, do a little tweak. And then other times there can't be a tweak because it's just the pigment, but we accept the new one if it still looks good and matches cohesively and whatever. So then after the mini production, they do scale ups, which involves a lot more testing. And sometimes they'll put it in like a chamber where there's heat tests that basically test like longevity. It's like a little time capsule that looks like a fridge, but it's not a fridge, it's like an oven. What's that called? You guys know this, because there's been like some chemists in the chat. It's escaping my mind, yeah. This is fascinating, is it? An incubator. That's for babies. A kiln? No, that's for pottery. Is it an incubator? I don't know if I mean that. I can't remember. The thermal thing. Fridge oven, enclave, stove? It's not a stove. Okay. Thermo something. It's not a furnace. Yeah, it's for like stability testing, and you put it in heat, and it basically simulates shelf life. So you put it in for 3 weeks, which is supposed to equal 2 months, 3 months, whatever the interval is. Climate chamber, yeah, like that. Thermoregulator, is that the word for it? Wow, okay. See, different. That's why it's important to have different experts doing different things along the process, because I'm not a chemist. It's an aging tester thing, basically. Okay, in English, it like tests shelf life by simulating time as much as you can with like a heating oven, right? Because like maybe that's not exactly the same as like a real life experience, but it is something that a lot of nail polish brands will use as a proxy for testing a product over time, right? So like sometimes pigments separate, sometimes they discolor, and some of that is normal. And you can't change depending on the type of pigment. Some pigments just do this, and if you have to accept it if you want to use that pigment at all. Abduction stove. Who's getting abducted? Time machine? It's a time machine, yes. Stability chamber? That's probably more what it is, but it's called something more like thermo, like an oven. It's not an uni, it's not a pizza oven. Anyways. There's other types of QA, quality assurance type tests that are done. And then they do scale ups, which means taking the mini production, small batch, I say small, but it's still like this big. And they scale it up and add the same proportions of pigments and everything to put it into this size of giant vat times however many we need. And that's where the final production batch is made. So we've already done the like pigment ratio test. I've already done the approvals on like the mini production to make sure everything looks good. And then they go ahead and scale everything up to go into mass production. And yeah, it's in a giant vat with like a mixer that descends and it goes, And then it mixes it. I love the word vat. I don't know why. How many bottles can be filled by one drum? I think it's like several. It's like over 10,000. Over 10,000 bottles can be filled by one drum. I don't remember the size of this, so X amount of gallons. But I know you could put me in it. Like I could put in this, you could close the lid, no problem. Throw me in the vat, just mix me in the holo. One drum, okay, you guys know more than me. One drum is 55 gallons. It is? Wait, a couple people are saying that. How do you know this? I'm showing you too much information. Okay, next. This is a black and white photo of something that's coming out for holidays. I mean, she was very shimmery. Looks really fucking sick. This is before they were mixing it, so it was just kind of sitting there, but looked so sick. Can I order a whole drum of late checkout, please? We don't do bulk orders, Katie. And then I signed some boxes for, oops, spoiler, there will be a box for our holiday launch. She's very pretty. I'll just say that. She's simple and pretty, crisp and clean. It's been a long time since we've had a box. It will be our first box since our 5th anniversary, which was the Thermals collection, Mixed Emotions. So this one's very different vibes. It's like, actually for old school collectors, it's a little reminiscent of something from like very early days, which I kind of like, but I'm excited to bring these kind of vibes for holiday. Feeling a bit different. Feels very different from Birthstone, which was like super blingy and like, wow. This is a little more calm. But yeah, very kind of like simply pretty. And I signed a few that we'll do a giveaway on Instagram. If we have some extras, maybe I'll give some away on stream if you guys want. Only if you want. And then, as we usually do when we get a chance to all go to the same place in person, is we'll review whatever we're working on for different prototypes and kind of share with the team. You know, not everyone is on the creative team, so it's always fun to share with like customer service or people doing more project management of just more imminent stuff, showing them like what's coming or some of the creative that's planned. So love seeing their excitement for things that are coming out and also listening to their thoughts. You know, we got customer feedback is super important to me. We do holo royalty surveys, you know, twice a year at least to get to know what you guys want. But I also want to hear like, what does the team think? So they were excited to play with some polishes that were in the works, give us some thoughts. And not everyone agrees, you know, some people have different ideas, but it's such a fun opportunity to get together and like, it's like we are working. This was a work day for like the first few hours, but it's also just fun. Or maybe I'm biased. I don't know. I'd have to ask them. And I don't know if they would tell me if they didn't think it was fun to do this. But I think it is fun to do this type of thing together because it just doesn't feel like work in the same way. Oh, okay. And that's Avril. But now I'm gonna go to Billie. All right. So that concludes our day at the Holo Taco warehouse, or where Holo Taco is made and manufactured out of. Yeah, I'm not unpacking today. It's not happening because I'm storytelling instead. Does your team have to sign actual NDAs? Yes. Do you need an event planner? Well, our team did it, the Ulta Meet and Greet. We don't have like someone who's only does event planning. So sure. Almost 3 hours. It's been 3 hours? Okay, let's get to Billie Eilish. All right, so we told the team that we were going to see Billie Eilish, just in case there was someone who was like really not interested or didn't want to go to the city. You don't have to come, but wanted to just put it out there. We were gonna take you, if you want to come, into the city on Thursday night, which was also my birthday. So we took a bus, like we got a bus rented and got the whole team in the bus. It wasn't a school bus. It was like a black bus. I don't know. But it was so cool to drive into the city. In the city! To go downtown to the MSG. Wait, now I can't remember the acronym. Madison Square Gardens. We went to Madison Square Gardens to see Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish. Did I just say that wrong? But we got there early. So we went to another bar. I don't remember the name. Stout, I think. We got there too early, so we just did peanut butter whiskey shots because it was my birthday. I'm sorry if you don't like peanut butter or whiskey. There's one girl on our team who was like, I hate peanut butter. So I'm like, okay, I'll get you a vodka cranberry. But most of us did enjoy some peanut butter whiskey, and I was so happy that they actually had it there. It's like my new party trick. Screwball is the best, isn't it? It doesn't taste like whiskey. Like, whiskey is disgusting on average. Sorry to all the connoisseurs out there, but like, ew. But the peanut butter one doesn't taste like whiskey. It just tastes like warm love. Anyways, it was my birthday, so I can do what I want. So remember how in my Avril Lavigne reel, or like that short or on stream where I told you guys that when I went to see Avril Lavigne, Ben surprised me with a box. I thought I was going with a friend, like to the VIP section on the floor. Like that's the tickets I thought we had. And then he just shows up and like surprised me with a box. Okay, that's what we did with the team. We surprised the whole Holo Taco team with a box at the Billie Eilish concert. They all knew we had tickets, and then we all went through the VIP door, but maybe they were like, I don't know, it's a large group. Maybe they got VIP. And then we started going like up the elevator to the suite section, and then some of them were like, wait, where are we going? Like, why are we bypassing all the lines? Where are we going? And then I think they figured it out because the sign literally says suites this way. And they're like, oh my God, are we getting a box? And I was like, yeah, we're getting a box. We get a box. So we tried to keep it a surprise. I think like maybe one or two of them knew like the real deal because they helped us order food for the event because there was food in the box, which is wild. And then some of them before were like, what are we doing for dinner? I'm like, oh, don't worry, there'll be food at the concert. And they're like, I'm like, no, don't worry. So we got a box for the whole team, and the suite had like multiple layers to it. It had, hold on, let me go back. Oops, am I playing or am I pausing? No, now I'm playing, there. So there was like a back row, and then there was 3 rows ahead of you, and we were actually not that far from the stage. There was appetizers, the fruit was actually tasted good. Like there's mangoes on this platter, what the hell? Mangoes and guava and pineapples, and at some point our product developer had like the brilliant idea of muddling fruit in the glasses. Which is like such a product developer thing to think of. Like muddle the fruit to make like a vodka seltzer, but infuse it with fruit. Like amazing, iconic, can't get any better. And there was such good quality fruit too. Like it actually tasted good. It wasn't like, sometimes you get a fruit platter and it's like it's like bad fruit. Where's the hummus? Yeah, I don't know, Ben, you didn't prioritize hummus. Oh, this was one of the team members' boots, which were stunning. What does that say? I think one of you guys found them from Doll's Kill. So there was chicken, and chicken tacos and pretzels and grilled cheese and chicken and shrimp. I think I was confused. Then I realized the shrimp was right there. Look at those shrimps. Oh my God, they were so big. This is the biggest shrimp I've seen in my life. So much big. Look at how big that shrimp is. It's literally the size of my hand. Like, what in the hormones? What steroids is this shrimp on? I was like, I call the shrimp. You guys can have the chickens. I'm gonna need at least 2 of these giant fucking shrimp. They were so good. Like, I don't know if it's just a Canadian thing. Maybe like being in New York, things are just like in a different standard. Could be. But I don't think I've ever had good concert food. And I know you're paying for like, you know, a suite, but even still, it's just like not something I expect for kitchens to like be making good food at concerts. No matter like what, if you're in a suite or you're sitting in the main area and you like go to the counter, right? Like it's just not something you expect. You're just like, okay, eat before or just expect to eat like a burger and who cares? But this was all so good. Like the vegetables were grilled. The fruit was fresh. Why is this like so surprising to me? But anyways, the shrimp was delicious. I ate my family, yes. The chef was amazing. Shouts out to the chef. So I won't play the music, but that was our view. Like we were high, but not that high. And there was a bunch of screens and she has it was like a rectangle stage. So walking across all sides of it. And this screen was super helpful to watch from all angles. So I thought it was really well done. Look at how, I have more of like panning across. Like, look, she was right there. Billie. I really like the lighting effects. This is when everyone was holding their phone up. I'm pretty sure it was sold out, right? I'm pretty sure it was a sold out show. Crazy, look, everyone up to here, wild. She is an incredibly talented singer. I mean, you already know this, right? But live, she did this part where she asked everyone to be quiet. And she said, everyone be quiet, I need 30 seconds to harmonize. So people actually shut up. I mean, I do think a few people yelled and I was like, shh, listen to Billie, do what she says. So she took 30 seconds to harmonize where she would like go, or what, I'm not good at it. And then it would layer on top of itself, right? Like her audio producers at the concert would layer it. So then she could start singing while her literally just recorded harmonies were playing, which was super, super cool. So to me, as someone who's like, I don't know that much about music from like a professional standpoint about like harmonies and like how to do them properly. But as someone who like even doesn't know that, I kind of did get like a really good sense of her skill level through her doing that, because it looked like something that wasn't easy to accomplish. She wasn't just like singing and screaming and then there was backing tracks. Like she took that time and then it required visible effort to keep layering. And it was like so fascinating to watch. And it sounded so beautiful because her voice is really that like, so soft and delicate, but piercing and powerful. And she's never really like singing at you in a way that like some artists are like, rah, 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 like whatever, you know? And that could be also really talenting too, like the octaves you can hit doing that. But her style's not like that at all. It's a little softer, but she's just like layering in ways that I just found super impressive. And like the talent is absolutely unreal. And she was just sitting down. like what? Look, she's just sitting on the floor singing like a fucking angel. Incredible. And you know what? I like that. Not that I like go to concerts. Like, what am I saying? I like that. Like, comparing to what? Nothing, Christine. But just generally speaking, watching someone do this level of talent and they're just like chilling, fucking cross legs, or even lying down. Like, she was lying down singing. Where is it? The next one. Like, she's just hanging out on the floor. Like, no big deal. She's lying down on the stage singing, like, incredible tunes. Like, just amazing. I wonder if she practices like that. Like, do you think she's just, does she practice singing lying down? Because I don't know about you, but if I'm lying down for a while, like, I don't think I could, like, talk the same way. You know what I mean? And I would think that standing up is the best, like, to let your vocal cords, like, come out of your fucking mouth or whatever. But she was just like, I'm just on the floor. Yeah, the level of talent. You actually get good breath support lying down? That's amazing. Why does no one else do that? I don't think I've ever really, well, not that I go to many concerts, but correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it's super common to see artists lie down on the floor and sing entire songs. Pink sings upside down? Wow, okay, I stand corrected. Sounds crazy. It's easier to breathe lying down. Fuck, I should stream lying down. Sitting makes it harder? Okay, she was kind of swapping between singing and sitting. Not the whole time, but for a couple softer songs, she was lying down, which I was just like, that's crazy. Also, I saw the Canada flag, had to shout it out. It was like the only flag. I don't know why, it was just right there during a red light song. I did appreciate how some of her songs basically went into like rave mode, which makes more sense at a concert. Because a lot of Billie's music is a bit softer, right? Which is like fun to kind of move and groove to. But my favorite song of hers is more of like her most EDM song, if you will. It's called L'amour de ma vie, but it's the edit of it that turns it into a dance song. So it's like, na 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 na, where do I go? You never once took care of me. You wanted to na. I can't fucking sing. But it's the one that goes the hardest in terms of like beats and like EDM and dancing vibes. And I was so excited she did play that song. It's the perfect concert song though of hers. I was like, if she doesn't play that song, then I don't know. She did do some acoustic stuff, and at one point she had a couple people on stage. Oh, there's me in the bathroom. Here's my outfit. I forgot to show you. So I was wearing a bodysuit, which I've never worn in my life. Shouts out to our creative director who picked it out for me at Target. When we went to Target, I was like, can you direct my outfit? So I did bring this top. That is the same top I wore for the Avril Lavigne concert. I don't have much concert wear, so I just used the same thing. But I didn't really have a good lime green top, and Target didn't have options either. So that's a red bodysuit, and then I'm just wearing black cargo pants because I didn't want to bring a purse. I don't want them looking through my bag. It's just much easier. So almost looking like a Target employee. A very cool Target employee. Did I match the vibe? Thank you. There was another team member who put red holo tinsel in my hair, like the tiny little like holo tinsels. I didn't even take a picture of it. Ben had a video of me dancing, but then I forgot to post it and it was like too late. But you could see it. But I did have tiny little red like tinsels, like the mini extensions, similar to ones that I've previously put in my hair for a video like 8 years ago. Where are the pants from? The pants are TNA from Aritzia. They're probably my favorite cargo pants. They're not jeans. They're just black fabric, but they also have little like belt pulleys on the side so you can like cinch it in. So you can adjust it exactly to what you need so you don't have that issue where if like you bend over, they can see your underwear. Yeah, see, that doesn't happen. The bodysuit is from Target. The shirt is from Zoomies. The pants are from Aritzia. And that's my fit. The necklace is from Swarovski. The nails are from Holo Taco, which were just Social. I was just wearing the same thing. I didn't have time to do Billie Eilish nails. But there's Ben. Mr. Box Ben. Oh, and then she played Guess the Color of My Underwear. You wanna know what's really going on down there? Is it pretty and pink or all see-through? Am I showing off my lower back tattoo? Okay, that was a bad melody, but you get the point. That's her song with Charlie XCX, but she did play and sing part of it. I actually don't think it was the entire song, but she just did a little bit, and it was all green lights, which, you know, everyone was like screaming for that. So I found that fun that she was playing like basically someone else's song because she knew people would like it, and it was a good testament to like their collab together. A little brat moment. And then we went to karaoke because there just wasn't enough singing, obviously, that some of the team, if we weren't tired, some of us went to karaoke at a different location to continue the party. And Ben sang, "It wasn't me. They even caught me in the shower. It wasn't me. It wasn't Ben. It wasn't Ben." I sang Avril Lavigne, If You Would Like to Know. Of course, that's my karaoke song. All right, and is that it? I think that's it. That's the last, here's the last slide. Went so hard last night, I popped half a peely. Look at that. Weird. Just the top half of the pointer finger. Popped off. The whole week, it just popped right off. And so did my PLA. Wild. So I had an exhausting but great time. If you can see, I screamed my head off. My watch was warning me like that I was gonna die. It was like, the sound has reached 100 decibels. 2 minutes of exposure will kill you. Ignore the notifications. So between the meet and greet and then a bunch of team meetings and then Billie Eilish and then hopping back on a flight again, it's been a long week. Yeah, and that was just yesterday that I flew back. So yeah, but it was a great time, and I mean, it always is when I go down there and we have some time to connect. But this was a very good time in the sense that it's also gonna be hard to top. Like, I mean, I don't know if we're ever gonna get a box for like a giant artist who happens to be at that location at the same time ever again. Like, that's just crazy. And like, lucky that we were able even to get it. Like, these boxes also sell out, right? Because it was a sold out stadium, so I'm happy that we actually secured it. But now I'm gonna go to sleep. I actually do have a little dinner thing to go to tonight because it's my birthday, but I've been away. So now I'm back. I'm gonna do a birthday thing tonight. So yeah. So I'm gonna go have a nap and maybe shower. So thank you guys, and sorry for not unpacking, but I will be here on Wednesday and we will finish The Walking Dead and figure out the next game I'm gonna play, which is probably Life is Strange, the new one, I think. Jennifer, hi Simply, that was me who brought the kid to the meet and greet. She doesn't watch you, but loves when I paint her nails. Nice, happy I got to meet you. Thank you for coming. So thank you to the mods. Thank you to everyone. You know, I've been saying thank you a lot at the meet and greet, but I do really mean it when someone expresses something in particular to me, and it's just such a good, you know, the stories you guys share, some of them are super personal, some of them are like a moment of pride, like you got your master's degree or something, and I just love hearing all of that. And it's also really good to recognize people from IRL in the stream. So no more lurkers. Lurkers, say bye. Don't forget to say bye. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.